WinNow is a patented early warning analytics software for banks and finance companies. WinNow uses the knowledge and expertise of global domain experts to provide users with a simple and easy to use interface to gain powerful insights on any lending portfolio. When you log in and navigate to your page, you get a quick snapshot of key indicators that are specifically designed for you. By changing the role or function in the organization, you get a different view and, more importantly, a different set of alerts that point you to key outliers or performance gaps in your portfolio. Each alert is directly linked to a report that is actually dynamically a fully interactive report, allowing you to zoom in and drill down on issues in the business. An alert like new accounts takes you to the acquisition indicator report, where you can clearly see there is a steady growth in new account volumes. Clicking on the sourcing channel dimension, we can further see that the growth is actually being driven largely by the DSA channel. Drilling down further on the DSA channel, what you can see there is that the bulk of this growth is again being driven by a particular agency, AP. We can then again drill down on AP, and that further shows you that the agent CAT is showing the best growth in volumes. On the other hand, having identified the contributor of growth, if we wish to analyze how that particular agent contributed to the delinquencies, that analysis, even on a more complex basis like vintage MOB, is just a few clicks away. By going to the 30 plus vintage MOB report, you can quickly identify that the worst performing vintage is the July vintage, which gives us a 12.5% delinquency at 5 MOB. You can then go to the filter buttons on the left, and by picking the specific July vintage, you can then filter out this whole report to just display the curve for that particular July vintage. Having now filtered only for this vintage and seeing that it's giving us the same values and curve that we had earlier, we can use the very same process that we had used before by using the filters to segment the July vintage for the agent CAT. And you can therefore see the performance of the agent CAT on an MOB basis just for that particular July vintage. You can see here that it is actually worse, going up to 15% delinquency at 5 MOB. So you have an agent that's giving you higher volumes but also higher delinquency. Analysis using the drop down on credit officer shows us that there is a particular underwriter, WA, which is giving you the highest delinquency at 5 MOB for this particular agent. So filtering out WA, you can see that the actual delinquency at 5 MOB is 56%. After filtering out, we can further use the region drop down to see if there are particular regions which are worse. And what you see here is there are two regions which have over 70% delinquency at 5 MOB. This type of multivariate, multi-segment ad hoc analysis provides users with a deep insight on marginal segments in literally just a couple of minutes. By using the filter panels and segmenting further for these specific regions booked by that agent in that particular vintage by the underwriter that we identified, we can then go and use the card type drop down to identify segments. In this case, the platinum card segment, which upon review shows a delinquency of up to 100%.